Hello, I am here at the Fullercraft Museum for the South Shore Indie Music Festival, and we are here with Alex Eaves, our wonderful reuse man, as I should say. And we are here enjoying some good music, some good artwork, some great vendors, and I know you have your booth here again, and you're selling your shirts and things again. Anything new on that front you want to discuss with your shirts and things?
As far as the shirts go, I'm doing a lot of collaborations. I think since the movie came out last summer, a lot of people are really getting into the whole reuse thing, and they see the benefits of the shirts. So I've actually just collaborated with a restaurant, a bakery in Rhode Island, and the restaurants in California, teaming up with a skate shop in Norwell, Mass. Just, people are seeing the benefits of that, and they want to, be a part of the movement. And it's just a great way for them to get new merchandise, but be a part of, the eco-friendly movement.
That is great, and that is wonderful. And I myself have one of those pet bandanas for my wonderful cat Hexam, nice. And it's one of his favorite things in the whole wide world, and he loves it. So, on that note, explain to us again what the whole reuse idea is.
So as far as the clothing goes, so instead of printing on new garments, it's all rescued shirts. So half of the apparel comes from thrift stores and donations, and then the other half is I work with merchandise companies that are discarding shirts, whether they're going to trash them because the logo is old or they're misprints or the band breaks up, whatever. A lot of times those shirts end up, going in the landfill or getting burnt or shipped overseas. So I take those back and just restyle them and put patches over the original design or flip them inside out or just cut triangles and make them into bandanas for Hexam.
Indeed, it's a wonderful thing, and it's definitely a great process and a great idea, and I feel like it's definitely catching on a lot more, especially since your movie came out. And speaking of movies, you do have a second one in the works. Explain to us a little about that.
Yes, so by the time this goes up, probably, I will have launched the crowdfunding for my second film. And just in case anything changes, I'll just say that it's a living space reuse project. And I'm teaming up with a local tiny home builder. His name is Derek Diedrichsen, and we are joining forces to make a sweet movie about reusing and small space living. And yeah, that's about it, just in case anything changes. So
don't want to give away too much, otherwise,
Yeah. Until the crowdfunding is officially up there, I just don't want to jinx anything.
That's awesome, and it's wonderful that you're continuing to make these movies and continuing to get the word out there about the whole reusing. And I feel like, I myself have started, reusing a lot more. I haven't been throwing plastic bottles away as often, and awesome. It feels good, it makes you feel better, because you feel like you're helping, to keep the planet just alive. Right. And I feel like it's definitely a very strong movement, and I applaud you for it. I definitely do.
Not to mention most of the time you end up saving money, so if you're a coffee drinker, using a reusable cup. I was just talking to somebody at the screening today, and his work offers, a 50-cent discount every time you bring your cup. So, just on a weekly basis, that's $250, that's a pretty good deal. It's, over $120 a year, just that he can save for bringing a cup, which is great,
Yeah, and there are a lot of places that do that now, especially with their reusable cups. I know I have a few of the Starbucks reusable coffee cups myself, and every time I bring one in, during school hours, and I have the Starbucks right next door, I bring it in and they fill it up for me, and I get 10 cents off of my drink. Right. And it's pretty amazing, how much money you can save just from that
not only the money and the planet aspect, and the big third part of what I talk about in my movie is it brings people together, and that's kind of how this second film happened. Deke uses all reclaimed materials for his tiny homes. He saw what I'm doing with, reusing, and he's like, let's do something together, and so, just built a friendship that, otherwise might not have existed, So
I know with you being, of course, the spokesperson for reuse, we are in the Fullercraft Museum, and there are a lot of pieces of art here.
Right.
And we are in the vicinity of some reused art.
Yep.
And can you tell us,
Would you like me to point out my favorite? Is that what
Yes,
you're getting at here?
yes.
Okay. So this over here, I'm not sure the artist's name, Amy Orr. I wonder if she's related to the Orrs that are in my movie. But this is all credit cards and licenses and debit cards and everything just turned into a dollhouse. And this is awesome because, I personally have had old, AAA cards. There's some of those up here, all the gold ones. Or old licenses or, different things like that. And, for me, what I do is I take them home and I use them for screen printing. I scoop out the ink. But this, is just amazing. What she did here, just made something that kids can play with. Obviously, this is an art piece, but if she wanted to, she could probably sell these to little kids, and it's just like so much potential. And all this would otherwise just be in our landfill, and it turned out to be a beautiful, dollhouse that
Yes,
you can't touch.
I definitely agree with that. It is a really genius idea to make a dollhouse out of this. I mean, I never thought that, credit cards could be reused in such a way. I mean, kids can definitely play with them. I mean, they are all old cards, so it's not like somebody could steal somebody's identity with it or anything.
Right. I just wonder if, somebody like Michael Wooden over there from Pennsylvania knows that his license is part of the dollhouse now. Or John Wooden from Philadelphia. Oh, I wonder if they're related. Oh, interesting. Maybe they know the artist. But yeah, it's really interesting.
Well, let's hope none of those people live at those same addresses that are on their IDs.
Right. Yeah, it's such a unique thing. And then, I think it's the same artist over here that did the credit cards. Yep. So this is a famous take on the Shepard Fairey artwork of the Obama Hope poster. Unfortunate that we've gone from Hope to Trump, but anyway, that's a different story. And then this is an awesome one. It's all, medical cards. So just such a great display,
Yeah, I do see some CVS Extra Care cards in there in the red. And
Blue Cross Blue Shield, and this, you could, as looking at art, you could look deeper into that. Like, it's not only a wasted resources of all these credit cards and debit cards and health cards, but, are we wasting a lot of money on health insurance, when there's other countries in the world that, it's national health care. So it's an interesting look, but that's for a different interview.
yeah, it definitely kind of gives a message out there about health insurance just by looking at it. I mean,
Right.
just the massive majority of cards in here. I mean, it literally is all cards, and it's a very big piece of art. I do see some Target cards in there as well, it looks like.
Yeah.
The Target red cards, some BJ's.
Wholesale Club. Yeah, I guess that's not so much health insurance, but Safeway, okay.
Well, they do have pharmacies.
That's true. Right.
So technically you could, put them in the healthcare business, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely some great artwork here, definitely some great reuse pieces.
Yep.
And I mean, like I said, you're spreading the word and it's getting out there and it's becoming something bigger.
Yep. Yeah, and what the goal with the new film and then future projects, because I already have film number 3 concepts. But the basic thing is really just to show people that reuse is everywhere, and that's something I talk about in the first film, and something I really learned is like whenever we thought we couldn't find something in a state, reuse was somewhere. And there's just, whether it's, sports or music or artwork or schools or whatever, there's reuse solutions for all sorts of waste problems, all sorts, and it's not just like wasted resources, but wasted time, wasted money, things like that. So lots of things in the works.
That's awesome. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we can end it on a nice positive note about, reuse being out there and,
Right.
spreading. And I am Deborah Studebaker, and this is Alex Eaves.